Alright.
Big kids, what time is that?
Let's see what the great Patrick Mahomes will do on this play.
But before we can talk about how great Patrick Mahomes is, we have a flag on the play.
Before the ball was snapped, pass interference on the defense, numbers 1, 2, and 3. By rule, the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes will elect where to place the ball. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Ball is snapped.
Man, look at the way Patrick Mahomes handed off that ball. Superb technique.
But let's check out the flag on the play.
During the play, personal foul, violating Patrick Mahomes' personal bubble. The result of the play is first down, touchdown, and Chiefs win by 50 points. Hail Patrick Mahomes.
Slapdash Toys, it's the Tomlin playset.
Set it up!
And watch your kicker boot another three-pointer.
Field goal!
Comes with Coach Figure guaranteed to finish 9 and 8 every single season.
And kicked it! Another field goal!
It's the Tomlin playset, the only football toy that always goes 9 and 8. Call the shots with Coach T, rack up threes with the spring-loaded kicker, and watch old man quarterback's arm barely move.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
And those guys are going to have to play.
There goes Mahomes thanking his beloved refs with a warm hug and a kiss on the lips. And there is the exchange of money we were all waiting for. Look how happy they are, folks.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Well, there it is. Kansas has paid off the refs.
Detroit's touchdown is ruled illegal motion.
You gotta be kidding me. He
You
just
tapped the card.
I know it stings right now. I know. We left plays out there. But listen up. Fellas, we may have lost, but now we're on track for 9 and 8. Yeah, 9 and 8, baby.
This is not an NFL official speaking German.
Plus, they offered to wind the clock so it really ends the game at this point. End of regulation. We'll roll to.
I'm not sure what he said there.
Stumping the whole team.
I'm getting this on video. This is wild.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Feldstadt, Angriff.
Oh!
5 Yards Strafen.
Welcome to another train wreck episode of the Sports Dorks. Here's Bruce, Edson, and Keith for this week's news, notes, and bad takes.
Yeah, we're back. Oh, ho. How's it going, Edson?
I always think that's like that commentator. Oh, why is he so surprised that he called a false start? It's like, why is that such a big thing?
In German.
Yeah. Okay.
Glenser was ahead of us today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, look, we say it all the time when you're in bed with gambling.
That's funny. Yeah, I know.
Come on.
That was
that's something, like where Tagliabue back in the day was, really opposed to all that stuff. And Roger Goodell embraced it. So, look, when Roger Goodell came, I said he was the worst thing to happen to this league, but nobody listened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that was his maiden name. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. That was kind of crazy. I mean, maybe people don't pay that much attention because the Raiders season's been such a shit show, but man.
But guess what? Good news. We're getting the Kenny Pickett show this week.
Yeah.
So, Bruce is not with us again. I don't know if Chop's coming. Chop might be in mourning after what happened to his Bears.
Oh, right. After what happened to the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, my God, they were right there. But if Chop, I sent the link to Josiah, so Chop should have it. If Chop shows up, we'll, of course, let him in.
Yep.
And for anybody watching, either live or after the fact, if you want to be part of this, there's a couple weeks to go. We'd love to have you in. Just send us a DM. We'll get you the backstage pass, and in you come.
Plus the playoff season. Playoffs.
We suck. So there's a couple of things that happen in other sports because we do have to talk about other sports now and then. I know most people are here for the NFL and we're here for the NFL, and the NFL is easier to deal with week to week because there's like one game a week.
Yeah.
Whereas the other sports are playing all the time. But let me do that. There we go. What is this?
Number the vehicle.
I know it's
what the heck?
Can someone explain why we even have this?
I have no idea why we have this.
Yeah. So we got the Knicks, Magic, Thunder, and Spurs in the semifinals. It's in Vegas. Yeah, it's what is it? Sponsored by the Emirates?
Wow.
I don't know. But why they have this little tournament? Like, I think they know like college basketball is far more popular. And they're just trying to get, the college basketball has these early season tournaments like the Maui Invitational and the Jimmy V Classic. And I'm wondering if they're kind of trying to play on that by having an early season tournament in the NBA. It's kind of weird. Yeah, they are kind of good. They're amazing.
I know, but
actually, let's look at that real quick. Yeah, where are they? Well, this is the stupid tournament. I want the actual standings.
Oh yeah.
Where's the actual standings?
Can't believe that.
What is this crap? See, this is why the NBA I don't really pay much attention till the end. It's just goofy.
I pull this shit.
Is it me or is it goofy?
Like I agree with what you said. It's like they're trying to drum up more.
More interest
by doing these things.
How many losses do the Thunder have? Like one, right? Like something like that, 2. Anyway, yeah. So sorry, I had to swig my coffee. Everybody heard that, I'm sure. A nice gulp.
Oh, that's a good point with the Amazon Prime. Yeah, you got to always try to appease these.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them networks.
The streamers. Where television's headed for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you hear about this? We got the Olympics are coming, the Winter Olympics, which I don't know about you. Out of the 2 Olympics, the winter is my favorite.
I like the winter ones much better.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like because it's summertime and I don't feel like sitting watching anything at the summertime. Maybe that's part of it, but I think the winter ones are a lot more interesting.
So do I. I think maybe because there's a little bit more danger element too, with the luge and the bobsledding and the skiing. Like people could die. I mean, you wipe out on some of these things. Remember, we all grew up watching Wide World of Sports, and they had the agony of defeat, and
oh my gosh, that's
playing out of control. Like, yeah, like that. Like every day, I could when I was a kid when Wide World of Sports came out on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
What was it with Jim McKay? I had to run and stand in front of the TV just to watch that skier wipe out. And then I'd leave the room. When I heard when I heard it on the TV in the living room, I had to run in just to see, that guy wipe out, the agony of defeat. So anyway, and you got the hockey, and the hockey's going to be the NHL players are going back, whether you like it or not. They're going back.
Yep.
And but what's great is because the NHL was the first truly international league.
Yep.
So when they disperse for the Olympics, their players are spattered all over these teams. So it's not like USA and Canada come loaded and everybody else's stuff.
Right.
So this is a problem. Their rink isn't ready. The main rink.
That's unbelievable.
Where they're going to have the medal games. It's targeted for February 2nd. Hockey starts, the women start on the 5th. And the men start, I believe, the 10th.
Wow.
It's not coming together quickly, and worse, there's no plan B.
Jeez.
And it's not the right size.
What the?
So an NHL regulation rink is 200 by, I forgot now. But anyway, it's only going to be 197 long. So it's 3 feet short. The funny part is usually international hockey rinks are larger than NHL rinks, which always benefited the European style game. So a smaller rink will benefit the American style game with a lot of checking and, tight hitting and stuff like that. So, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, Glinzer, when they open it on February 2nd, it's got green turf instead of ice. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I don't know. So Gary Bettman is thinking they might have to pull the players out because you can't have players going there and it's just a disaster and they get hurt. So yeah,
that's not a good.
Yeah. So here it is. The rink could be smaller than NHL standard ice by 3 or 4 feet.
Oh wow,
and usually the Olympics play on a larger rink surface than the NHL.
That's significant.
So, yeah. I don't know. It's going to be crazy, and it's too bad because Olympic hockey is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
whether the amateurs go or it's just fun. So I'm going to stay positive that they pull this thing out. Somehow it'll get done. They'll double their efforts. They'll work around the clock. They'll get it done.
You would think with all the money that it goes into and
you'd think. We'll see. We'll find out February 2nd, right? Or thereabouts, somewhere in there. More free agent signings. This one stunned me. Pete Alonso to the Orioles?
Yeah, I didn't see that. Not obviously, but there was a lot of, he's not staying with the Mets. He's not staying with the Mets, but I did not see that coming to the Orioles, though.
The Orioles?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to go play on a crappy team, the Pirates are right there.
and they have a good pitching staff. So
and they have a better pitching staff. One could argue that the Pirates are closer than the Baltimore Orioles are.
The only thing I can say that is that I know that the Mets were capped out at 3 years, and maybe the Orioles offered them the 5. Like they were the one team that gave him the 5 years. He really wanted the 5 years, and the Orioles were only willing. I mean, the Mets were only willing to go to 3. So was that the difference? I don't know.
Well, you got to figure he's injury prone and he's getting.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah.
You know, how many times have we seen like when the Angels signed? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Albert Pujols.
Yep.
And they gave him that 10-year deal, and he washed out after like 2. He was useless. You know, you see this all the time.
Yeah,
so.
You got to be careful with the long term, but I don't know. I mean, if the market's there for it, I don't blame them, I guess.
Glinzer, what kind of coffee are you drinking, guys? I want some. Very witty today.
Oh gosh.
And Bruce is probably happy because the Mets also lost Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
This week.
The Dodgers just keep getting more and more.
Rich,
we have everybody good on every except for for the best closer. Well, now we have the best closer too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. The friggin' it's sad because the lockout in 2027 is looming, and it's probably definitely going to happen. And the Dodgers are a big reason why. And I don't know. Maybe it should happen. I mean, as much I love baseball, and a summer without baseball is going to crush me. It hasn't happened since '94. That's
a big.
But in '94, they made it to like August before it happened, so we did get some baseball, and then they walked out. But I don't know.
Baseball is one of those things that I don't appreciate enough when it's here. Like, it's always like in the back in the summer as I go through all my activities and all that stuff. And then late at night, I'm really tired. It's like, oh, let me check on what's going on with baseball. But if this happens, I'll be like, what? There's
Me too.
To fall back on.
Because that's what baseball really is for. They're the boys of summer. They own the summer. There's nothing else going on.
Yeah.
And they play every day. So no matter what you're doing, you can put on a ball game somewhere.
Yep.
And
what you're doing.
On the radio, have it on the TV. And it's usually background noise because very rarely do you sit and watch a 9-inning game on TV all the way.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I know some people do. Obviously, the stands have people in it, but I don't.
No, yeah. I mean, I love going to baseball games now and then. And, if it's a big matchup, a Yankees, Red Sox or something, I'll watch it all the way through. But, but I do love having the game on. I'll sit and watch 3 innings while I eat, maybe. But then I'll leave it on so I can hear what's going on. It's baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. That's summer, right?
Yep.
It would be sad. It will be sad, but I think it needs to happen because there's just it's so unbalanced. I mean, the Dodgers are probably going to three-peat this year. It's the way things are looking right now.
I mean, I wonder if this also not obviously. I wonder if this also has to do with where the Dodgers are because they weren't that far off in terms of. I think it was like just the Mets only offered them $3 million less, $1 million a season less. I mean, they weren't that far off. So
no, but the Mets are another one of these teams that. I mean, there's such disparage. You look at
Yeah, I know they spend a lot.
You got your Pirates and your Tampa Bays and your Milwaukees and. It's just hard. How are they supposed to compete with Mets, Braves,
You're
Red Sox,
right.
Yankees? Just
You're
can't.
right.
They just can't. And now the Phillies kept Kyle Schwarber, and now the Phillies gave Kyle Schwarber 5 more years. Now that's one I scratched my head at too, because Kyle Schwarber no spring chicken.
Yep.
And if you hadn't noticed, likes to eat. Like he might be one of those guys that just falls off a cliff all of a sudden.
I mean, maybe they see what's going on. You don't offer these guys enough years. They're just going to be taken away. It's like maybe they're targeting certain people. Oh, we can't let this happen.
They want long-term security. But I'd give Alonso 5 before I give Kyle Schwarber 5.
Yeah.
Especially because Kyle Schwarber can't even play in the field anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's that. Now we get into the football. There's some news that broke this week. The first one, nobody had on their bingo card.
Wow.
This is crazy. And I believe he's going to start.
Holy cow. Oh, man.
Sure, he's out still, but I think, come on, when you're going to run an injured rookie Riley Leonard out there this week, or are you going to run Phillip Rivers out there this week? And they're playing the Seahawks. That's going to be tough. Either way.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. It's like, especially when at that age where you're not as mobile.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, Sean Steichen was his quarterback coach with the Chargers, then San Diego Chargers. So he's familiar with that. When he was last on the team, he had Jonathan Taylor, he had Pierce out there. So not much will change for him. The playbook will be familiar, and he's got that.
Yeah, it does make sense in a lot of ways in those regards. And it's like my own concern is like I know he can do all the mechanical stuff. It's just like that first hit or that first drop to the ground. Like how will he react? How will his body react to that? And I know I'm sure he's keeping in shape, which made me laugh the other day when I saw Cam Newton make a stupid comment like, "Well, how come I wasn't in consideration? Are you kidding me? What have you been doing since you left? Like just eating or whatever?" It's like,
and that's the thing. Like Rivers, his last season was pretty good.
Yeah.
He didn't. I mean, they lost the playoff game to Buffalo, but there wasn't really on him. And he had a really good year. He had like 27 touchdowns against 11 picks, and at 39, 40 years old. Now he's back 44. I think this is more of a Cam Newton would take a month to figure out the playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
And Phillip Rivers knows the playbook. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, they have Anthony Richardson breaks his orbital bone working out with those bands, those workout bust his eye socket. So you've got nothing left. The cupboard's bare. So they're desperate, very desperate. I hope he doesn't go in the blue 10. He is one of the most likable guys in football. I always liked Phillip Rivers. Epic trash talker, but he won't swear, which is even funnier. Dadgummit.
I'd love to see him stay there for at least the rest of the season.
Me too. Me too. I think everyone's rooting for him to get them in the playoffs. That would be quite a story. Hey, maybe he does a Joe Flacco thing. Remember when Joe Flacco was home retired and Browns called him up and he came in cold and brought him right to the playoffs. So we'll see. But he has put on weight. He looks a lot like Roger Clemens now. So Phil. So we'll see. The other big news, the Steelers almost killed TJ Watt.
I did see this.
So he had surgery on his collapsed lung yesterday. And apparently this happened at the Steelers facility where they said they were giving him like dry needle treatment. And then I hear all these like sports doctors and people calling the Pittsburgh radio station saying that if he collapsed the lung from that, they jam the needle way too deep because there's no way you should come close.
Yeah.
Because that's a kind of a new version of like an acupuncture treatment, sort of. And Patrick Queen said, that's why I do acupuncture. This is ridiculous. Because a lot of these people aren't trained very well in this new technique, this dry needle thing, which I don't know what it is, but I'm wondering if it's more of a Tyrod Taylor situation where they were injecting him with some kind of painkiller and hit his lung. Remember when that happened to Tyrod Taylor in San Diego? and he missed a good 6-7 weeks, and it cost him his starting job. So, not that he was going to hold it long anyway with Justin Herbert.
But, obviously,
but yeah, so scary story.
Stuff like this just scares me.
Very scary story. And the Steelers are downplaying it, and it's obvious because they're trying to hide their incompetence that they almost killed their best player. Yeah, I know. He's a grandfather too.
Yep.
Rivers. He's got a 2-year-old is it a grandson or granddaughter?
I think it's grandson.
I think so too. It's 2 years old either way.
Yeah.
And he's been coaching high school football. So apparently he's been using Sean Steichen's playbook in high school.
Yeah, that's what makes sense. Like you said, the learning the playbook won't be that big of a deal for him, which puts him way ahead of anybody else. So
it really does. It's just like you said, physically, can he do it? Something tells me he can, because I think he's got that country strong thing going on. He's just kind of a lumberjack.
I'm sure he was staying in shape with, just a regular exercise routine. It's not the same as football, I know, but
right. Yeah, we'll see. He seems like the kind of guy who can go out there and play in flannel shirt and work boots. Just does. So we're going to do something different going the rest of the way, because it was pointed out, and I think it's true, that when we get to Saturday, everybody and their mother's already recapped all the games for the week. So what's the point? And we'll do a little recap, but we should look into these games instead.
Really concentrate on what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah. We could talk about this one. Let's talk about this one real quick. The Falcons Bucks. This was a great game, and I'm sitting there with about 2 and change left, and I believe it was 3rd down, and Tampa Bay threw the ball, and I went, they're going to lose this game now. I said it out loud to nobody.
What are you doing?
Lose this game now, because that was stupid. Stop the clock. Saves a timeout for, what are you doing? And you just knew Kirk Cousins was going to get the ball with plenty of time to go down the field and kick a field goal. You just knew it. And sure as shit. And it was like watching each coach trying to out incompetent one another.
Yeah.
What's this? Tua to McCarthy. I get to throw. Oh yeah, no. If they don't, it's going to be 10 degrees. We'll get to that. So, yeah. So, Kirk Cousins, he's got the Tampa Bay's number too. I mean, how many times has he done this to them in the last couple of years?
I just couldn't believe it came down to this. With playoffs at stake and against a team that's not even close. This is why, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but the funny thing about it is, like I said, from probably week 2, Atlanta is that one team this year that's unfathomable. They'll get shut out by Carolina 28-0, and then they'll do this against a division leading team. That's why I stay the heck away from all these games.
Yeah, and I know Bruce picked Tampa Bay. They
were up 28-14. I'm like, oh yeah, good pick by Bruce.
28-14 with about 9 minutes to go. And just blew it. It just gave it away. And Baker's getting all his weapons back. He got Mike Evans back, who had a huge game, by the way. Godwin had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. He's got Bucky Irving back, who was running like a bull in a china shop. They looked good. Their defense couldn't stop Atlanta in the 4th quarter. And Bijan Robinson, tell me that guy's not a stud, man. That guy's awesome. And boy, did Kyle Pitts show up. I'm watching Kyle Pitts. He put up 166. And I'm thinking, why is it taking 8 years to use this guy?
Why don't they use him in the other games? Is he really that covered all the time?
Yeah. It's just like he was never really part of they used him more like a tight end instead of what he is a Shannon Sharp kind of tight end. He's a hybrid wide receiver tight end. He's got great hands. He's fast. I just don't understand. It's like they're finally using him. And you got to give credit to Raheem Morris because, like you said, this is a team that's out of it. They're eliminated. They're done and buried. And they went out and fought as if they were the ones with the playoff berth on the line.
It's these division games you got to watch out for because it's division opponents that never want to like give an inch when it's even, they could be 1-13 or whatever, and they do it to you. So you can't.
No, it's true. It's true. And now the Carolina Panthers are
Carolina's in the driver's seat now.
They're in the driver's seat. But the Bucks and the Panthers have each other twice in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was a weird schedule quirk where they're like reserve those 2 division games to the end. And it worked out. I mean, they were kind of competing against each other. They're going to be good games, I think.
I'm sure when the schedule came out, it probably looked like those were easy for Tampa Bay. And now you're looking at it going, oh, wow. I mean, they control their own destiny either way. So,
yep.
I love Baker Mayfield and I like Tampa, but in a way, I'm pulling for Carolina because that would be something to see.
It's a new story, yeah.
All right, let's get into this. So let's start out with the game of the week, the Orange Bowl. The Browns and the Bears.
Orange Bowl.
On paper, this looks like an easy one for Chicago.
Wait, is this this is in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say Cleveland usually plays much better at home, but
now
I don't know. They really I can see how Chicago can take this one like lightly because they got Green Bay again next week, but they really shouldn't. Not with that Cleveland defense.
No, this could be a trap game. Shedeur Sanders played lights out last week.
Yep.
In fact, yeah. No, wait. Yeah. Where is it here? Here, Cleveland. He had 364 yards passing last week.
Yep.
So, which Shedeur shows up this week against the Bears? We will find out.
I mean, it was against Tennessee, which you have to admit isn't very good. So you got to put that into consideration. So we'll see.
Yeah, but they lost that game too to Tennessee.
Yep, they did. Yeah.
So
I couldn't believe that the Cleveland defense gave up that much.
I know. Well, you can't show up and be like, every week. It's just funny. Cleveland finally gets their offense going, and that's when the defense falls down. So on the other side, the Bears, what a game against Green Bay. And when it was 21-21 with 4 minutes to go, we had to tease Bruce. I'm like, oh, is 21-21 the new 13-13, which replaced 40-40? And it wasn't like a minute later Green Bay scored. And I was like, oh, that's what I get for taunting Bruce. Boy, that last play, though, too, Caleb Williams brought them back down the field.
Yeah.
And, God, he had Cole Kmet wide open.
Yep.
And it was a horribly underthrown pass. Just floated it up there. And
that play broke perfectly like Ben Johnson designed it. I mean, he used that same play the week before. I forgot who it was, where he has Caleb rolling out towards the left side, which is like opposite of what his throwing hand is, which kind of throws the defense to begin with. And then he has like he's got the running back very short, like a very short safety, just get the first down type thing, or maybe you can get some open ground there. Then he has the receiver way out there, which wound up being wide open. Maybe the defense just rolled forward, and he's got like a tight end or a secondary receiver kind of going towards the opposite side as your median thing. And it's such a perfectly well designed. It worked perfectly. It's like such a design play, but you still have to execute. And he kind of either threw it too late or just left it up too much. I don't know. It's just for the.
It kind of looked like he was aiming it. Like he felt the pressure of the moment, and he was like trying to just shot put it in there, and it was terribly underthrown. It's a shame because Kmet had like 2 steps on the guy.
Yep.
So I thought we were going overtime, but nope. But hey, the Bears they're a good team. They're close. Caleb Williams to me still feels like he's got one more year before he cracks into that next level. Like he's made incredible progress. Don't get me wrong, And I know like Chop right now is probably giving me the finger, but
no, he should realize
he needs a little more time in the oven. He's not fully cooked yet.
Well, this was the year he got kind of fixed from all the previous years crap that maybe he was given. Ben Johnson needs a couple years to just kind of get him.
Yeah. Oh, Ben Johnson was beyond the right guy for the job. And
for Caleb, especially
for Caleb. I mean, I haven't watched every minute of every Bears game this year, but that was like one of the rare times this year where I saw him look like last year's Caleb, where the moment seemed to overtake him. Because that throw was like he's short arm. He just didn't put anything on it. And they're building that two-headed running attack in Chicago too, with Kyle Menange. What's his name? Menange. I can't say his name. And Swift. And they're building a little. DJ Moore is getting a little long in the tooth, but you got Adunze coming in. Cole Kmet's a nice tight end. I mean, it's coming together for them.
Yeah, he's trying to replicate the Detroit offense that he built.
Yeah, and successfully, it looks. So these are your injuries for the week. Nothing really sticks out. So I don't know. We'll see. It's probably going to be an easy Bears win. I think if you're asking me, I'll take the Bears at home. You're right. It could be a trap game, but I'll take Chicago at home.
I'll definitely take Chicago, but it might be a lot closer than at first thought, depending on that Cleveland defense again. And you do have to watch out for Shador's gaining confidence as well.
Yep.
But because it's in Chicago, I'll definitely take the Bears here.
And Myles Garrett, watch. He needs 3.5 to tie, 4 to break the sack record. It's starting to line up. If he gets 1 this week, maybe another 1 or 2 the week after that he could break the record against the Steelers in front of TJ Watt.
Oh my gosh.
Silencing all the arguments right there.
Wow.
That would be something, wouldn't it? It's starting to line up that way. Unless he goes off this week and has like a 5-sack game like he's capable of. Let me pause this before we get copyright strike. All right. We got Ravens and Bengals. Now, I don't know if you watched the Bengals game last week in the snow. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It reminded, wasn't it like 2 years ago that Cincinnati went into Buffalo in the playoff? It reminded me of that playoff game. I think it was a divisional playoff game. And, everybody was Buffalo this, Buffalo that. They just went in there and just swamped them. That reminded me that first, I don't know.
I think it was 2 seasons ago. No, that was the year they went to the Super Bowl, maybe. The Bengals.
Oh, yes. I think it was. Yeah. That's what that game reminded me of. Not just the weather-wise, but the way Burrow was.
Now, keep in mind, Glinzer, that
that's good.
TJ Watt shares that record with Michael Strahan, so Garrett could break TJ Watt's record against TJ Watt.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
but at first that game reminded me of that, but then Burrow had these 2 inexplicable plays, and it turned on that.
Interceptions. Like the first one, the guy made a great play. What was his name? He scored against the Steelers too. Christian Benford jumped up in the air, grabbed the ball, was so deep in Cincinnati's end. It was easy pick 6. But then they come back, and the very next play, he throws another one. Not a pick 6, but another interception.
Yeah, so
and that was a padded ball, but still. And that did it, because it was back and forth to that point, and then that was it. So that was a classic, and sadly, I think it ended Cincinnati's playoff hopes.
Yep.
But this week, the Ravens, who look just as putrid.
What the heck is going on with them?
I will say this. In watching, I had both games on at the same time, the Bengals, Bills, and the Steelers and the Ravens. You talk about the fixes in, right? I'm just going to say it. There's no other way to say it. the Steelers, forget the Steelers fans. The city of Pittsburgh turned on Mike Tomlin the week before. It was a black eye on the city. It was a black eye on the organization. It's, not a good look for Mike Tomlin. Every single call went against Baltimore in this game. Everyone, including taking a touchdown off the board. That was clearly a touchdown. It almost was like the league office said, do whatever you need to do to prop Mike Tomlin up to fix this narrative. And it makes you wonder when he walks off the field and blows a kiss right into the lens of the camera.
Yeah, I saw that.
As if like I'm the chosen one here. It just looked fishy. There was the play where Aaron Rodgers throws the ball, it gets tipped up in the air, comes down, he grabs it. And I think it was Marlon Humphrey also grabbed it at the same time. Maybe it was Kyle Hamilton. And they're pulling on it as they go down and it ends up in Hamilton's arms, and they call it a tie, and that Aaron Rodgers had established possession.
Wow.
Gave the ball back to Pittsburgh. There was a play where Zay Flowers caught a pass flying down the sideline. I saw it in real time. His head turned all the way around. I said, oh, there's a face mask on Ramsey. No flag. Nothing. Couldn't believe it. And then, of course, the famous touchdown to Isaiah Likely, where he put almost 3 steps with the ball.
That was the one I thought was totally inexplicable. Why is that not a touchdown? I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah. And someone put it, I could find it, that earlier in the year, there was the Steelers played, I forget, there was when they had those throwbacks on. Maybe it was Green Bay. And Roman Wilson caught a ball in the end zone, took 2 steps, and then the Green Bay guy knocked the ball out, and they called that one a touchdown. So, same exact play. So, BS. I called BS. I've never seen anything like it. That said, Lamar Jackson doesn't look good at all.
Nope.
It's funny. People are saying Henry's washed too. Guy had 94 yards.
I thought Henry did pretty well, actually.
And they gave it to him 25 times, which is what you need to do. They should have probably given it to him a couple more. And this guy, Keaton Mitchell, is, man, he's got some speed. He broke a big one for 55. The Steelers still have trouble with stopping the run. In fact, Baltimore dominated them in the statistical category and won the game. Lost the game, I mean. So it just makes you wonder. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm playing one on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Chiefs are out of it. Mahomes sent them over to Pittsburgh.
Looks like they moved over, yeah.
It really was. It just, back to what Glinzer said at the very top of the show with the point shaving. It just seems like every once in a while these games feel rigged, and that one certainly did. Yeah. So, which Baltimore Ravens show up this week? Will Cincinnati play spoiler? That's the question, Edson.
It's just, you keep wondering whether Lamar is got a physical injury that he's not, or is there kind of a mental block? I don't know. It'd be kind of weird to have it at this level of his career to have something like that. But, jeez.
Yeah, and Tony Romo kept I hate when guys like Romo just overhype. Like every time Lamar actually tried to scramble, he's like, "Ooh, there's glimpses of Lamar. Ooh, he's coming back." It's like, shut the hell up, man. He's got no acceleration, none, no burst, and I think his hamstring is still bothering him. And what it's done is it's exposed him that he's not a pocket passer at all. He's just not. Now his receivers, I think they lead the league in drop passes too, like 25 or something like that. That doesn't help him.
Yep.
He does. During the game, I went on X and put, wow, I put at Ravens, your wide receivers are hot trash, man. They really are. They're bad. And they keep drafting these guys, Zay Flowers and Bateman, and they just don't amount to anything. I don't know. But statistically, these two teams are pretty close. The difference,
yeah.
I mean, Cincinnati, go ahead.
No, Baltimore should definitely be just so far ahead, but I don't know. Well, they got a lot of injuries this season, so. But you're right. They look pretty even, and And I think since it's a divisional game on top of that, it should be a pretty close game.
It should be. It's in Cincinnati. Hendrickson, I think, is gone for the year, by the way.
Right. Okay.
Well, they got him listed here as active A, but I heard earlier this week that he might not play again. Now that they're like officially out. So
I mean, I don't think they are officially out, but
now the Mafia Football League now
for all intents and purposes, but
they're just
mathematically, I think you could still figure it out, but there's too many variables.
Way too many variables. Higgins is out again with a concussion. Then the other side, Bateman is questionable, but I mean, can't catch anyway.
Andrews is there fine, yeah.
Ozier is back. Andrews, yeah. It's just the Ravens just don't like. Mark Andrews has been like missing all year long. Like,
yeah,
it's just weird. And calling Derrick Henry washed up. He's over 1,000 yards with 4 to go. I don't know. I don't know why people think he's washed.
I don't know either.
So this is a tough game to call. I think it's going to come down to, for me, it's going to come down to Joe Burrow. I think when you look at the quarterback comparison, how they're playing right now, Joe Burrow is just better. So I'll go Cincinnati at home.
I think I'm still going to take the Ravens. I don't know why I keep thinking in the back of my mind that they're going to quote unquote snap out of it somehow, but it's probably never going to happen this season. And it's also that whole thing with this division is so close to each other, and I find it difficult to see the Ravens losing both games against Cincinnati, even though they did lose at home.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the Bengals are going to really put a dagger in the Ravens season, which will force Baltimore to win out, including against Pittsburgh 18. Because
bro, I mean, every game he's there. Cincinnati's going to compete, so
they're going to put up a lot of points. And the Ravens defense looks really vulnerable.
I know.
So that's going to be an interesting game. I think I might have to sports bar it for the 1:00ers this week, just so I can keep an eye on all of them. Yeah, that's a good point. Before we get into this game, the Burrow.
I heard that too. Yeah,
he's really unhappy, and of course,
not having fun.
The clickbaiters are like, Steelers, go get him. Yeah, you'd have to give up the rest of your team to get him, so he'll end up in the same situation.
Yeah,
void of talent, Although, I mean, the Bengals on offense are loaded. It's their defense that's
right.
I think what they're going to have to do is sit him down and say, we're going to make a commitment to the defense this year. I don't think they're going to re-sign T. Higgins. He's only on a 1-year deal, right? So I think they're going to let him go. And they've got to fix the defense. They have to. And Hendrickson is also on a 1-year deal. So if he walks, you got to start over there too. He's their only good player. So that'll be interesting, though. All right, let's get to this. Edson, your favorite team, the Houston Texans, have really poured it on.
I remember at the beginning, week 4 or 5 when they're getting smashed, and we're like, oh, they're not going to. It's like, wow, what a turnaround. What is it, like 6 in a row now? Or maybe 6 of 7 or something
6 or 7 in a row. I think they were 2-5 at one point, weren't they?
Yeah.
At their lowest point. I think they were actually 1-5 at one point.
I know it was really, really bad because I remember someone went into kind of a mediocre team went into Houston and just smashed them, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. They are devastating to watch. Like they're fun to watch. CJ Stroud is starting to look like his rookie year again.
Yeah. Maybe they finally did something to shore up the offensive line, because that was always the issue.
It was an issue. And suddenly now, and then you match it with that defense, which is just suffocating. They are on a mission. And watching them just bury the Chiefs last week was
awesome.
It was awesome. And there was a stretch where Mahomes had 10 incomplete passes in a row.
In Kansas City. Wow. With playoffs on the line and stuff, so geez.
Yeah. And what's funny about that too? I don't know. Did you see Travis Kelce whining this week? He said, "Oh, we're cooked." Yeah.
Well, why don't you try catching the ball once in a while?
Yeah, he's done.
See that play where he literally gave it to the
last play
on an interception? What the heck was
the
that?
fourth down play where he got hit and coughed it up to that was great. The Texans are just flying right now. No stopping them. The thing is, are they going to peak too soon?
Yeah.
And then come and lay an egg in the playoffs like they did last year and the year before. That seems to be their way, even going back to the J.J. Watt days, right?
I mean, this thing I saw, and I know their defense is good, but what I saw the other day was too bad Bruce isn't here for the stat of the day, but they have more turnovers than they've given up passing touchdowns, which I think is incredible. Like,
more takeaways, you mean?
Yeah, meaning they take the opposing team turnovers. Yeah, more takeaways than they've given up on, and I think that's incredible. Like,
that is incredible, and a lot of their secondary with Stingley and Al-Shaair, and not to mention that pass rush with Anderson and what's his face, the other guy. I always forget his name.
I know.
Where is he? Danielle Hunter and Anderson are unbelievable. That defense is savage. I can't see Arizona standing up to that. The Cardinals are always in these games. And if you look at the Cardinals here, aside from the blowout to the Rams, 3-point loss to Tampa, 3-point loss to the Jags. They got blown up by the Niners and the Seahawks. But earlier than that, if you go back, but prior to that, they had lost every single game by 5 points or less. Yeah. They're just beat up too. The Cardinals are beat up.
But Brissett is doing great. I mean, he's playing top 5 quarterbacking in the last, I don't know, since he's been in there. So he can't get on his case. It's just there's not enough on the rest of the team. The defense is decimated.
Yeah.
So this should be interesting. I definitely go with Houston on this, especially since they're at home and they got so much more to play with. And I actually want to make this one of my picks too, because it's such an easy one. But still, I wouldn't be totally shocked if something happened with there was such a close game.
Yeah, I'm with you. But the Cardinals have some exciting players too on that team. I really like Trey McBride. Brissett's playing for a job next year for sure.
For sure. That's
so. It's a shame. The Cardinals though, they have, I think, enough of a core there that with a couple of tweaks here and there could be a team that challenges for a wild card next year. You always see those teams. There's always a surprise that comes out of nowhere, right?
Yep.
They have that potential, I think, next year. So
they'll have to earn it too, because that division is just crazy.
After the 49ers lost to the Texans, Mac Jones said they're the best defense in the league, hands down.
Yeah, he is right.
I think so. For a long time, it looked like Denver. But I'd say about 4 weeks ago, it looked like the Houston just overtook them.
For sure.
They are just suffocating. All right. The game everyone's clamoring about. How did this happen? I thought I just clicked on. Go back. Thought I just clicked on this. Even my browser doesn't want to talk about this game. By the way, what those weren't uniforms the Jets were wearing. Those were costumes. What was that?
What was that? Yeah. Did they ever wear those before?
No, they unveiled them that day. It was their Gotham City, whatever, loser. I don't know what they were. They were horrible. Just wear the Kelly green. Thank you. Call it a day. The Jags have come on too. This is crazy.
They're very similar to, not similar in the way they're composed, but similar to Houston, the way they've come out. They're kind of like just another mediocre team, not really going for the play earlier in the season. And they just come on really strong now. I think that game where they came back on the Chiefs kind of just catapulted them.
It could be. I was listening to NFL radio. I think it was the the show with Jim Miller and Pat Kerwin, and they were talking about Trevor Lawrence's work ethic before this year. He had kind of that diva complex, apparently, like where he would show up on Tuesday for an hour.
Jeez.
It wasn't really putting the hard work in. He was doing what they asked him to, but not. You're the franchise, right? You're the team leader. You're the quarterback. You're the number 1 draft pick. You are the future. You're the guy everyone's going to rally around, and he just wasn't doing the extra effort. And apparently, Liam Cohen basically came in and said, "What the hell do you think you're doing here? You're spending all day with me Tuesday in the film room. You're spending all day Wednesday on the practice. No days off, like And I think it took the first 4 or 5 weeks for Trevor Lawrence to adjust to all that. I think at first it might have been a little bit soul crushing for him. Like, oh, I got to show up for work. But you can see the difference in his play the last 5 or 6 weeks. So a lot less mistakes. He's not having those games where he'll throw a pick in the first or second quarter and it snowballs into 3 or 4.
Right.
You're not really seeing that. So
the way the team is playing, all he has to do is avoid those disasters and they'll be fine.
Yeah, there's plenty of weapons on that team. And it goes back to the trade deadline. Bringing in Jacoby Myers was a huge addition, and it's getting now. Brian Johnson's getting open. Brian Johnson, Brian Tom, whatever his name is, Brian, that receiver, Robinson, whatever. I can't keep track of all these guys' names. I'm old. The Jets they're starting. I think they're starting Brandon Cook again this week. Brady Cook.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Taylor ended up getting hurt.
Maybe he'll be more prepared this time because I don't know what the heck that was.
Well, he's a third string.
No, I don't fault him. Although it's against the Dolphin defense, which is not that intimidating. So I don't know.
But when we get to the Dolphins, we got a lot to talk about with
this
the
game.
Dolphins.
Is just that whole We'll wait till we get to the Dolphins when I start on that, but. It floored me that it wasn't that competitive. That type of division game in New York wasn't more competitive. And I get it. The quarterback went out.
And it just shows that. I think when you watch the Jets play, it's like when you watch the Jets and then you watch other teams, it's like they're in 2 different sports.
Yeah,
just the Jets don't have a whole lot going on. I will say this about the Jets: they're. With Garrett Wilson out, they made the trade for Sauce Gardner, and they got back Adonai Mitchell, I believe.
Yep.
And it took him a couple weeks, but last week he didn't do much. But he's starting to come around. He had a 100-yard game the week before. If they get him and Wilson as a 1-2 punch, their offense should be okay with a competent quarterback, and their defense is solid. It's just I still think they've got the wrong coach. Unlike in Jacksonville, they nailed the coach. In Chicago, they nailed the coach. Yep. In New England, they nailed the coach. You've got to get the right guy in there. When you find the right guy, I think despite whatever's going on talent-wise, you'll see an immediate change, an immediate difference. And that's not happening with the Jets.
Yeah, just the thing that tipped off, exactly in line what you were just saying, is that by the time there was a sound like me. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 21-0 before their quarterback got injured. Okay, so it's not the whole thing. It's not the backup quarterback or the third quarterback the whole time. There was and then Aaron, the Jets coach Aaron comes out and it's like, I guess we weren't really that prepared. It's like just the fact that you're admitting. I get that you're trying to take stuff away from the players. Just the fact that alone would make me want to. All right, I want to get rid of all of you. Just like to be this deep into the season and to be just waylaid by a mediocre team. And yes, I'm admitting it. The Dolphins are at best a mediocre team. You can't. That's no excuse. There's no excuse for that.
None. And Raheem Morris did something similar with Atlanta.
Oh,
earlier.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
You like as a head coach, you can't say that. You just can't say that. In this game, I'll go Jags, of course.
Yeah, Jags.
Yeah. So that division all of a sudden went from like one of the worst in football to one of the most intriguing.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, the Chargers Chiefs. The Chargers took them out week 1. Do they sweep them?
Wow, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult,
especially seeing where Kansas City is at.
And they're playing in Kansas City, where they're 5-2 right now at home. So
yeah, I mean this if the Chargers somehow win this, that I think the Chiefs are like completely eliminated at that point with the loss here. I mean, they're already like that. Their odds aren't that good right now, but geez, if they lose this one,
yeah,
that's it for them.
Yeah, I think this tells the story right here, Edson. What's wrong with the Chiefs in a nutshell? Travis Kelce's leading the team in receiving. That
is a problem,
and he looks terrible. So like
he's not even doing that well, and he's leading. Yeah,
right. They have a couple of problems, and I think it's caught up to them over the years that they really haven't had a rushing attack in 5-6 years. I would say not since what's his name was a rookie, the guy from LSU that was with Burrow. I can't remember his name. He's on the taxi squad now. Yeah, I just their receivers are as bad as Baltimore's. They have a bunch of guys who can run a go route.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like they like, and then even if because they're quick as hell, all of them, and they get open, and Mahomes puts it in there, they drop it. They're just not good. Mike McCarthy again. You know what though? When we get to Miami, there's a lot of Miami stuff to talk about.
That's good.
So Keenan Allen's playing this week. Look, I think to me, it simply comes down to Kansas City's at home. Their lives are on the line. I don't see the Chargers sweeping them. So I got to go Chiefs on this one.
I do too, but I will not be at all shocked if the Chargers won this game. After that, I mean, literally, I was going to say heroic effort by Herbert that was just getting under constant pressure last week, and after he just came back after surgery. Wow, it's just
yeah, he's got the one hand on him, and Aaron Rodgers got the bust
against the Eagles. That's
a
pretty tough week to week. You know, the Eagles and the Chiefs right after that. So
his stats aren't flashy, but
I know they're not.
It's this right here that he took 7 sacks, and it didn't hurt that Jalen Hurts gave the ball away 5 times.
Yeah.
Oh, they had that
one play.
I was gonna pull the clip of that. I gotta find it. I'll have it next week. But they have that call where it's like the offensive player fumbled the ball to the defense.
Yep.
The defense recovered, advanced the ball, fumbled it back to the offense. The offense recovered it. Every week you see something, you're like, what? Yeah. But Herbert, he's a dog, man. He is a dog. But so is Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know. We'll see. That's a tough one to call, but I gotta say Chiefs at home on that one.
Yeah, I agree. This is another.
This is a
crazy one.
CTV right here. Boy, who would have thought back in August that a Week 15 game between the Bills and the Patriots would be the marquee matchup of the week.
And here comes all the the previous haters on the Patriots dynasties. Oh, here we go again. It's another dynasty.
Again.
Yeah, I agree about that. What he said about they already faced the.
Yeah, I know, but they might face each other in the wild card.
Yes.
If somehow Phillip Rivers can will them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Boy, I mean, stats are pretty close here. Both two teams that can put up points. The Patriots are on what, a 10-game winning streak?
I think it might be 11, but maybe
they're 11-2, and they were 1.
Oh, okay, never mind. You're right. It's 10.
10-game winning streak. That's going to end at some point.
It's going to end at some point. You would.
Although under Belichick, they went 21, 22 straight. Yeah, it's we've talked about it week in, week out. They are starting to look eerily similar to those old Bill Belichick teams.
Yeah.
With the okay, you got a couple of decent players here and there, but everybody else, who, what? And they just keep winning games.
Drake May made the opposite of the sophomore slump. He actually made leaps and bounds in the second year, as opposed to a lot of those quarterbacks that go back.
Not only leaps and bounds, he leaped into the elite quarterback category already. He's just putting up monster numbers, and he's in the MVP race, if you ask me. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't believe how Diggs just revitalized his career there.
Stephon Diggs looked dead and buried. And even at the beginning of the year, he didn't look great.
No.
And all of a sudden, like week 3, week 4.
What the heck?
Stephon Diggs. Yeah, right. Yeah, Bills are Yeah, I think
they
a lot
are.
of it because they have the playoff experience. The Patriots are on a 10-game winning streak. That's going to end at some point. And the Patriots already beat them this year. So, again, do you see a sweep happening? I don't.
It'd almost be better for the Patriots to kind of
lose
this game so that they can get that out of the way.
And reset and get it. Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to lose them the division, just losing this game. So,
yeah. So Christian Benford, who has scored 2 touchdowns on defense the last 2 weeks, is questionable with a toe. You want a toe? I'll get you a toe by 3 o'clock.
yeah, toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, that poor woman. So not many injuries to report here.
No.
Note. So it should be a pretty good game. And boy, James Cook, huh? Just let James cook. Last week against the Bengals, he might have been the deciding factor, although he almost was the deciding factor when he fumbled on the goal line.
Fumbled it.
Yeah, but if you look here, where is he? 80 yards on the ground and 31 in the air. He just makes things happen. Every time they take him off the field, it seems like they struggle. Buffalo.
Right. And I think if they keep having him do, give him the ball enough times and not let, Allen shouldn't just try to be a superhero on this one where things kind of go wrong when he tries that. If Cook is in there a lot, you give him the ball, say 20 times at least, I think they should be okay. I actually think the Bills are going to win this game, but not confidently.
I do too. And boy, that Allen too, he should just play in a cape. He's got the blue and red uniform already. Just put a cape on him.
The problem with that is you can't be that superhero every single game. It's
especially in the playoffs when things get tight. And now the Bills are definitely a flawed team. There's no doubt. But the other thing I want to say about New England real quick is that they're also putting together this 2-head monster running attack with Travion Henderson and Stevenson. So close. This is going to be a close game, I think. But I think Buffalo will win this game. If they don't, then just give the trophy to the Patriots already. Just give it to them.
It is kind of high stakes for the Patriots here. Not just the division, but they're in it for the first what do you call it? Highest seed, number 1 seed. So which is a big deal.
Yep, it is a big deal. Where's my pause button? There we go. On to the game where I think, actually, if I go here real quick and we go Washington and New York, tickets as low as $13.
Damn.
Same with Baltimore, Cincinnati. Baltimore, Cincinnati, you can get in for $13.
Wow.
If I had the time, I would go to that.
I know.
That'd be fun.
Seems like
Dan Quinn wants to get fired, doesn't he? Because he wants to get Jaden Daniels destroyed.
Why at this point? Maybe he's desperate. It's I got to try to get as many wins as possible. I know we're not going to make it. Get as many wins as possible to save my job. I don't know.
Yeah, Glinzer's our sports book guy here.
Yeah.
I don't get it. He re-injured that same elbow. He fell on it.
It's stupid.
Why is he in there? You're a 3-4 win team. What are you doing? Your season's over. You
have a capable backup. Mariota's shown that he can do it.
Right. He's been. What are you doing? I just the fact that he got Jaden Daniels injured in the first place against the Seahawks when they're getting blown out, and he was still in there at the end of the game was insane. So I don't know, Dan Quinn. I can't figure him out. This game, this is the who cares bowl, or as we like to call it, the Zeke will snooze bowl. I mean, you got 5 wins between these two teams.
Yeah. I think the Giants fans will be interested just to see Dart play more and more. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah. I think, at home, I think the Giants are probably going to win this game.
Yeah. I think so.
They're pretty evenly matched, though. I think Jackson Dart's got to just rein it in. He's going to get killed next. But you look at the rushing attacks are pretty even, I would say, with Tracy and Krosky Merritt. And it's just, this is a game.
It's kind of like, you at the beginning of the season, you would see this game as a classic NFC East matchup, and it's like it just come to this where it's kind of okay.
It's the NFC least matchup. Yeah, exactly. I've been worried about this going back to late last year that they would turn Jaden Daniels into RG3 the second, and it's certainly looking that way. And I would say in the offseason, they got to put a few more pounds on that kid. He's just too small. I like him. He's my guy. I love Jaden Daniels, but he's going to get his ass kicked. Kenny Pickett playing this week.
I think my biggest question of this game is can the Eagles cover that 2 touchdown point spread?
Is it that high?
I think so. Like 14 points or something.
Well,
maybe it's 13.5. I don't know.
It's here. Vegas at Philadelphia. It's 12.5 right
now.
now.
Oh, geez. I thought it went higher. Okay.
That's by draft. These are DraftKings odds.
Okay.
12.5. 13.5 is Jacksonville over the Jets right now.
Another one.
Seahawks and Colts is 13.5. Those are the 3 highest point spreads.
Wow.
So Geno got hurt. Kenny came in last week and actually threw a touchdown pass.
Yep.
And looked okay. Of course, he did the Kenny Pickett thing where he threw an interception first and then made up for it by then throwing a touchdown pass. But he wasn't horrible. 8 of 11 for 97 yards.
No, wasn't bad. See what happens when he starts.
I think the biggest problem, I mean, their offensive line is so bad. This has been a problem all year for them. Ashton Genty, 30 yards again on 10 carries. They have no running attack at all. They're a mess.
Yeah, they targeted their what they wanted as a running back and forgot they didn't have an offensive line. That was it, basically.
And unlike Houston, who seems to have kind of worked it out and they've figured out how to patch it up, maybe using an extra tight end to chip. Whatever they're doing is starting to work. The Raiders have not progressed whatsoever.
Well, Stroud is a little bit more mobile too, but yeah.
Well, Geno was supposed to be.
I know he was supposed to be. You're right.
Geno just looks bewildered this year.
Yeah.
I mean, look at he's got 16 touchdowns, 14 picks. He's just a mess. They're averaging 15 points a game. That's last in the league. Of course, the Eagles aren't much better at 19th, 22.2.
Yeah, this is like the perfect opponent. And schedule-wise, this is the perfect opponent that the Eagles need right about now after going into a free fall, a little bit of a free fall. Just try to get themselves straightened out.
And it looked like the other night when Barkley broke that long run for the touchdown that like the Eagles were going to put that game away. And Herbert brought him right back down the field. The Eagles are, 3-game losing streak now with them. So, and you know how Philadelphia fans take stuff like that. Raider player, 2 seconds left. We're down by 20, and the spread is 12. And get into the end zone and go for 2.
Leave the gun.
Cannoli.
Oh my gosh.
So Jalen Carter's ruled out for Philadelphia. That's going to hurt pass rush a little bit.
That's significant, yeah.
Might have hurt their run defense too. He's a stud right in the middle there. But It's the Raiders. I don't know.
Can you imagine if the Raiders pulled one? Like,
they're capable.
gosh.
And you know, you can
shocker.
almost see Kenny Pickett coming in and pulling this off, right? But I gotta go with Philadelphia at home.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they're gonna end their losing streak.
On a 3-game losing streak, trying to get ready for the play. Yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles here at home too.
And as bad as Dallas looked last week, they've got to be looking in the rearview mirror still.
Oh yeah,
they lose this week, they fall to 8-6. Dallas wins, they're 7-6-1. Hello,
it's like a half game. Yeah,
it's a half game. Right now they're a half game up, right? No, they're not.
I think they're 1.5 games.
1.5 games. Yeah. So I'm so good at math. Hire me as a math teacher.
What can you say?
Okay, let's go down to the 4 o'clockers here. We'll get the last couple. Packers and Broncos, dude. Packers and Broncos.
I think this might be like the game of the week.
This is a good one. This is where we're going to find out. We're going to get the answer to 2 questions. Can Denver's defense hold up against Green Bay's offense? And can Denver's offense hold up against Green Bay's defense?
Yeah.
Because, Denver comes in with this ballyhoo defense, which hasn't done much the last 2-3 weeks. They've been pretty pedestrian.
Yep.
They got off to that hot start where they had 40-something sacks by the middle of the year, 8 weeks in. And they haven't done much since.
Hold off now, yeah.
But they are on a 10-game winning streak, much like New England.
It's and they need this game to keep up with New England, so
yeah. It's going to be interesting. Bo Nix is starting to look like Bo Nix we thought he was going to look like. And Jordan Love's he's coming along and very quietly putting together a really good season. 22 touchdowns against 4 interceptions. Those are Matthew Stafford almost numbers.
Yeah, he got off to that good start, and then he kind of, there's some injuries to their wide receivers that kind of put them back a couple of steps, and they slowly have he's slowly gotten up to the point where he's kind of just flying again. And again, I'm gonna say the same thing that you said about Houston. Are they gonna peak at too early? I guess looks like they're peaking now.
Green Bay,
yeah, for sure.
They definitely hit trouble. Christian Watson coming back's been a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because when he was gone in the middle of the year, that's when they scuffled and lost to the Panthers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. Green Bay, as good as they are, still puzzles me week to week. Because very few times this season have they looked like they're really dominant. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're winning games, but they don't look like the team that will watch out for the Packers. Now, are they capable of going all the way? Of course.
Yep.
But I can also see them making a first-round exit. I think that's the easiest way to explain how I see them. They're a good team, but they're capable of stepping on a banana peel. The same with I don't know, the Broncos.
That stat to me is a shocking one with the sacks, 55-33. Wow. I just, that's such a still
yeah.
gets me.
And the 55 sacks is impressive. It is, like we said, the last 11 have been over the last 5 games.
Right. And how was that? Yeah.
Early in the year, they were getting 6-7 sacks a game, and now they're getting 1-2.
Green Bay, on the other hand, is getting a lot more now that Parsons is.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is definitely starting to pile them up. So everybody looks pretty good here as far as injuries go. I'm gonna take the Broncos in this only because of the thin air.
Yeah, that has me worried as well. The Broncos are so good there, but I'm still for some reason I'm still gonna take Green Bay.
Okay. So Bruce is happy with you, and he's giving me the finger right now. Hi, Bruce. Especially when he's on painkillers, so he's probably like, screw you.
I don't know. I think Green Bay's kind of on a roll right now, and probably by the time they get to the end of the season, they will even off. But I think they're meeting the Broncos at the right time for them.
Could be. I mean, it's this is a flip a coin in the air.
Yeah.
Packers get a home field. Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, except for the Seahawks.
The
Rams could do it too, but yeah.
When I think of recent Green Bay playoff history, my mind immediately goes to the game where Tom Coughlin's face was like breaking off.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I was so cold. Was that like 08 somewhere in there? 07. That was crazy. I'd never seen a guy's face so frostbitten in my life. This game is another one. Big game. Lions and Rams. The Lions, they lose this. They're already in deep doo-doo.
They're already like on the
they lose this one. This could be their season. I mean, they're slipping. They're 8-5. They're in third place in their division. They're out of the playoffs as it stands right now.
Right now. Outside looking in, right?
Yeah. And, now this is the game, too, where now they got to go to SoFi. And they're going to, it's the trade. It's Stafford versus Goff. And which team says we made out better in this deal? I'm going to have to go with the Rams, I think. Although I think Devontae's out, but
okay.
Well, he's questionable. I don't think he's going to play. He's got a hamstring issue.
I'm going with the Rams too, but I got to give Goff a lot of credit. It's like he's hanging in there, and he usually has really good games if things don't fall apart. But he really just needs like the a consistent play call and consistent flow of plays that just. He needs certain things to go right in order to do well. Whereas Stafford is a little more flexible in that way, not physically.
Stafford gets better protection for one.
That's true.
As good as Detroit is running the ball, when on passing downs, he's under siege a lot back there. And if you give him the time, he'll pick you apart.
Exactly. Which is why they should really make sure they use the running game to help the passing game.
Yeah. The problem with their running game, though, is their running game is so good that like Gibbs will just break off a 60-yarder.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you got to start all over. Yeah.
Like they score too quickly.
Yeah.
Their other problem is their whole secondary is like hurt.
Yep.
Detroit's they're all gone. Like 3 of their starters are out. Kirby's out. Blades is out. They're just all they're a mess.
Which works against them with what you just said. If their offense scores quickly, they're going to get tired quickly.
Right. You look at the quarterback comparison here, though. Goff 3,334 yards to Stafford's 3,354. They're 20 yards apart. Goff has 26 tutties against 5 picks. Stafford 35 against 4. Like they're about as even, Steven. This is one of those trades that benefited both teams like for years since it happened. It's incredible how even it is. So I don't know. This is a tough game. I think the Rams at home, Detroit with the secondary issues, Stafford having the season he's having. I got to go the Rams.
I agree. I think it'll be close, but I'm definitely going with the Rams.
In that division, I mean, look at this division. Rams, Seattle, and the 49ers just
got to give the 49ers a lot of credit for that.
A lot of credit for that. So, and Stafford had that clumsy game, so he's going to be coming back off that.
Yeah.
So, I can't see him having 2 of those back to back. Now, this one looked like a Ezekiel Snooze Bowl early in the year, but both teams are playing better. The Saints are playing pretty well. They beat the Panthers already. Then they lost to the Falcons by 2 scores, but then they barely lost to Miami, and then they beat Tampa Bay last week in Tampa. So ever since they put Tyler Shuck in there, they've been.
Yep, I think they found their future quarterback for sure.
I think so too. On the other side, Carolina just keeps Carolining. They're the typical 500 team. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. Much improved. No one saw this coming. Dave Canales has done a great job, especially with Bryce Young. I mean, Bryce Young's not like burning it down, but he is 100% better than he was last year. Really? That's a high.
Wow.
I can see that. I can see that being a high game.
Yeah, definitely.
Rico Dowdle, I think, has been the biggest surprise for Carolina. And that's a big reason why they're where they are, if you ask me.
I just can't get over they got such a good running back from the Dallas stockpile there.
Well, Rico didn't quite fit into our game plan.
That's so bad.
That's what he says about everybody he gets rid of.
I know.
Didn't
I'm impressed by Carolina.
Game plan. Carolina, you got the two horns on the team. I think Carolina might win this division.
Yeah, the way Tampa Bay is kind of going.
So, I'll take Carolina on the road, especially because they were watching Thursday night. Their window's open. It's time to seize your destiny. Take control of this division. They go up 8-6. They're a full game ahead with 3 to play. 2 against Tampa Bay.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take Carolina too. And it goes back to also the Saints are very similar, like what you just said. Win one, lose one, win one, lose. And they won a big game last week, so they might be going. This week they kind of might have a down one.
Flatten out. Yep. This one, I'm gonna say that Phillip Rivers is starting this game.
Yep. Against Seattle, it might not make that big of a difference, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make a difference either. Seattle at home should steamroll the Colts no matter what. But you
would think.
But if the Seahawks have no answer for Jonathan Taylor, this takes a completely different turn. And if Phillip Rivers establishes his old connection with Alec Pierce. Antonio Pierce was the Giants.
Yeah.
And Alec Pierce, different story. I mean, and Sam Darnold's different story. So,
yeah, he hasn't done that yet. So,
no, he hasn't. He's come close a couple times. He had that game where he threw 4 interceptions, but he recovered and brought them down the field at the end to miss a field goal. But Smith and Jigba is just going to be tough to stop either way. Buckner's out too for the Colts.
Boy.
Yeah, that's not good. He's ruled out. So I don't know. I think because it's in Seattle's tough there. Seattle's a playoff team. The Colts are in trouble. I mean, they've lost 3 straight. They haven't looked very good doing it. I'll go Seattle.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, Seattle blew that game at the end against Kansas City a few weeks back, so they don't have a tiebreaker against them. So if it comes down to that, that's going to be bad for them.
Right. Glinzer's game.
Yeah, this is a much-needed breather, I guess, for San Francisco. Coming off a bye, they play this team.
Does Cam Newton have 9 kids? I don't think he does. Does he?
10, I win.
Got 9 crazy hats. Give him that. 9 crazy outfits. It's so funny because he looks like such a clown, but then when I see him on TV, he says really lucid things.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah,
he says something. I'm like, wow, he's dead on with that, but he just looks like a clown. Yeah, I mean, this game. I mean, who do the 49ers have next week? Because this could be a trap.
This could be one where they look forward to. Yeah, and also they might want to rest a bunch of players too. But they just had a bye week, so that doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean,
rest them if they get out to a big lead.
Yeah. I mean, the Titans hung in. I mean, they played a great game last week.
They did.
They played a tough game against the Seahawks 2 weeks ago.
Trying to be competitive. I mean,
against Houston, that was a division game, of course. The Seattle game, they let it get out of control, but they did fight back. Cam Ward's been playing a hell of a lot better, but he's got no. I mean, they are what they're just a team. The Titans. What else can you say about that?
Just a team.
They're just a team. The 49ers should steamroll them. I mean, if this 49ers stub their toe against this team, it'll be so beyond demoralizing going into the playoffs. You just. Yeah, no, I don't think so, Gunzer. You shouldn't have anything to worry about.
They go into Indianapolis next week, so it's not that big of a deal.
The 49ers do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like it's, that big of a thing where it's like, oh, this is a big trap game because they're so afraid of the cold. So,
right.
I don't know.
And two teams that are failing to live up to expectations this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely Minnesota, but with the Cowboys, that people weren't really expecting them to do much. So I think they actually are a little bit better than expectations. Maybe not as an overall organization, but I mean, like for this particular season.
Well, expectations definitely dropped after Micah Parsons.
Right, considering that trade, yeah.
Yeah, and in Minnesota, I mean, they let Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones walk out of the building, and they've got quarterback issues up the wazoo now. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, this was a big topic on the radio this week too. What do the Vikings do?
Easy. They have McCarthy play the rest of the season, and then they based on that.
But is that enough? Is that a big enough sample size to cut him loose and go get somebody else?
I know it's
do
tough.
they sign a veteran next year just to bring a guy in to plug a hole? They're kind of in the same situation the Steelers are in. They're kind of stuck.
Yeah. At the very least, they got to bring somebody in to compete against them. You can't just let them automatically have the. Yeah, that's a tough end of two. But next week, I don't think would be that tough for them.
You can get Phillip Rivers next week.
Yeah.
It's a mess in Minnesota. I don't know what they do because they're a team built to win right now.
Right. Yeah. Great personnel otherwise. And great defense.
Now, McCarthy didn't look awful last week.
No.
But this is how he is. He's basically a rookie, so it's going to be schizophrenic. Where is it? Here it is, Minnesota. I mean, they clobber Washington, but
that wasn't really like a way to prove whether he's good or not.
No, he threw 3 touchdown passes. He was solid.
Like rolling downhill. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's this week he could come out and look like inept JJ McCarthy again. When you're playing like Dallas's defenses looked a lot better too.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what he does this week
since they made those acquisitions at the trade deadline. Although if you look here, you got Diggs and Clowney are dinged up. They're questionable. And with Dallas too, you need all hands on deck or they're in trouble.
Yes, you
do. George Pickens last week.
Yeah.
He acted like an idiot. Does that rear its ugly head again? Does he start playing like George Pickens of old in Pittsburgh? Where he just starts becoming more of a distraction than an asset.
Yeah, this week will be key. Whether he just like you see him going down that road, or is it just a one-time thing with Cowboys?
Yeah, and he's got this problem lately where he's fumbling the ball in the red zone. So
yeah, like he's like, I got to get that touchdown no matter what, and then he winds up fumbling.
When he was in Pittsburgh, and I'd be watching games with Doug, Doug, our buddy Doug. And he would get the ball. He runs so recklessly. Like he runs almost like he doesn't have control over his limbs sometimes. Doug would say, like, look how he runs. He's a maniac, this guy. He doesn't there's no flow to his game. Like beautiful catches. He makes these amazing one-hand grabs, acrobatic catches. But when he runs in the open field, it's bizarre to watch. It's kind of weird. He doesn't look. I don't know how to quite put it into words, but it doesn't look comfortable running. Like he's a mess, and he's swinging wide open. Which makes him vulnerable to fumble the ball. But Jordan Addison should be playing. Allen should be playing. Jefferson, of course. Jefferson's got to be mad about that. 8-10. He's going to have 2 touchdowns. He's an elite receiver. He's just not getting the ball. And when Carson Wentz is still your top passer with 1,200 yards. Ouch. Dallas at home. I think Cowboys.
I think so too. Although you may see a bad Cowboy game here and there. It's always possible, but
they're capable
at home.
I honestly, I thought they were going to go into Detroit and win that game because the way the Lions have looked, lately, but the Cowboys were just blown out. They just weren't even in that game. So I don't know which Cowboys team is going to show up.
Exactly. It's like it depends on who shows up. But yeah, I was that game was inexplicable to me. But not that I thought that they would definitely beat Detroit, but that it was just so easy.
They were smoked so easily. Yeah, it just wasn't competitive.
Their offense will keep them in every game, but I don't know.
And the Cowboys, I mean, they're looking at Philadelphia's lost 3 in a row. They're right there. If you want to be a playoff team, you've got to consider like the playoffs start now for the Cowboys.
Yep, definitely start now.
And I just want to point out this Eagles logo that's sitting here means they're going to wear their throwbacks this week.
Oh, okay.
The old logo is here. Speaking of throwbacks, by the way, the Falcons in Tampa Bay, did they not look glorious the other night?
The Cowboy in Minnesota, is that the Sunday night game? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Sunday night game. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then
wow,
we get to our 2 teams.
I didn't even know what to make of this at the beginning of the season, but I guess it will turn out to be an interesting game.
It'll be an interesting game if Miami uses Devin Achane.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Miami's got to control the ball if they want to even. It's going to be like 10 degrees out, and we know what happens to the Dolphins in the cold. So Tua shouldn't be throwing the ball a whole lot this game. And, I mean, look at he's 18 touchdowns against 14 picks. He's like Jameis Winston. He's just not playing well this year. Achane, however, is amazing. So I would ride that guy all the way. If they can do that and hit a couple passes here and there, they've got a chance.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's what they are. Probably just rumors. I don't think he'll go to college.
Yeah, I completely agree. I know he didn't play a lot of the game last week, but that was more because they were so far ahead. They were just trying to. I think he has like some bruised hip, ribs, or something like that. But if they can control the ball and have the Pittsburgh defense has some trouble with the running, stopping the run. So I agree with you totally. If they can just kind of control the game with our running game, they have a chance in this game.
Yeah, the Steelers are awful against the run. And Jalen Wright had 107, and Achane had 92 on 7 carries last week. So, I mean, right there, that's 200 yards from 2 guys. And the Steelers routinely give up 200 yards a week on the ground. They gave up 200 to the Ravens last week. So that's the key to it right there. If the Dolphins attack the middle of the field, they should be okay. I don't know what to, the Steelers are just so Jekyll and Hyde. Both these teams are. But
they both are, yeah.
Dolphins, what, six game winning streak now?
Are they really?
Something like that. And the Steelers have lost 4 of 6. I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
Hard to say Dolphins in 6-game winning streak at the same time. Holy cow.
Well, they were 1-1.
I know. Yeah. I wrote them off a while ago.
But. Yeah, and then everybody had Mike McDaniel's head on a stake, and now it looks like he'll be back.
He's already out the door. And hey, well, hold on a minute.
By the way, what's with the coaching? So you have 2 Sean Micks and 2 Mike Micks. You have Mike McDaniel and Mike McDonald, and you have Sean McVay and Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to keep track of in my brain. It's yeah, Achane is awesome. Yeah, I think so. This could be a rock fight. This could be a rock fight.
Yeah.
Like a 16-13 kind of thing.
I don't know what to make of the Dolphins defense, though.
I don't either. They're solid. They've always been solid. So, I mean, they're almost the same in sacks, 36-31. The Steelers have more takeaways. They're +9 versus the Dolphins -1. So turnovers could be
turnovers are the problem there.
Could be the difference in this game.
Especially if Tua throws too much.
Yeah, exactly. So, and who knows? I mean, one hit on Rodgers, he's gone. In comes Mason Rudolph. I don't know. The Steelers have trouble running the ball too. They can't run the ball, and their passing game is beyond vanilla. So, boy, this is a coin flip. Unfortunately, because Miami's in the cold, I'm gonna have to go.
Oh yeah, I give the Steelers the edge here at home. because of that too. Yeah.
But this could be the classic Tomlin game where oopsie doopsies. So what are your 5 picks?
Oh, I know. Now I gotta go back.
I
should have been doing them as we did it as we went through. I think I did one of them. Wait, are we in? Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh, what was the one I already picked? I think it was Houston over Arizona. Was the first. Green Bay over Denver. I know that's pretty risky for me, but there you have it. Carolina over New Orleans. That's 3. Seattle over the Colts. And the Rams.
I have,
even though I think that's going to be a close game, but
yeah, definitely going to be close. Actually, I might not go to the sports bar for the 1 o'clocks. I might go for the 4 o'clocks. There's 2 or 3 good 4 o'clock games.
Now I got to write that down before I forget what I go ahead.
I have Houston, the Jags, the Bills, the Eagles, and the Steelers. So I have 2 Pennsylvania teams this week. Crazy.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Maybe Philadelphia won't be pissed off this weekend.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I say maybe Pennsylvania won't be pissed off this weekend. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
49ers over Titans was a layup. I had to pick something of a challenge.
Yeah.
That was too easy. And my come on, Phillip Rivers. Come on, Colts. I'd love to see the Colts do that, but we'll see. I don't think they're going to beat Seattle. That's another layup game.
That's going to be way too hard.
So Glinzer brought up the Michigan thing with Mike Tomlin, and I just want to let this. It's a horrible story, but Sharon Moore was fired immediately because they found out he had an inappropriate affair.
Yep.
Apparently, he was texting an OnlyFans model, and then he got arrested yesterday. So I just want to let's let it go another week to let all the dust settle and figure out what the hell's going on with this guy. I think he's going to court Monday. What a mess. How embarrassing for the school.
It's horrible for Michigan.
For a football blue blood to have something like that. This might get as bad as the Joe Paterno.
Oh gosh.
Who was that guy on his staff? Jerry.
Oh gosh.
Oh God. I can't remember the guy's name. And Joe Paterno just letting that go on for years. Jerry Sandusky.
There you go. Yeah.
That was awful. But before we go, I just want to bring this up because we were talking about the Olympics before. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Bring it back to the beginning. So 45 years ago, this past February, was the Miracle on Ice. And you and I were old enough to actually experience this.
Yep. As someone who had never watched a full hockey game at that point, that was I couldn't believe it, how riveted I was.
Me too. And it was on tape delay because of course the executives in the network in their infinite wisdom, as they always the shit floats to the top, right? They didn't think it was interesting enough to broadcast live. Because everyone had the Soviet Union just crushing our team.
I mean, it was
So for those of you who weren't alive, it was a tough time in America. And if you haven't watched the movie Miracle, you should, because it's really accurate to what went on. But, the morale in America was low at the time. We were in a horrible recession. There were lines for gas. I remember it was the odd even license plate thing. If your license plate ended in an even number, you could go on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to get gas. And if it was an odd number, it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you alternated Sundays. And the lines were all the way down the street. And it was just, I remember going to the gas station and sitting there for an hour with my mom. And it was just awful. And then the hostages, in Iran, we had all these hostages taken, and Jimmy Carter tried to get them out, and all the helicopters crashed. It was just awful. And then they were talking about boycotting the Olympics because of the Russian involvement with Afghanistan. it was just probably the lowest morale we've had since 2 years ago. and a group of college kids. It was a group of college kids had to go face what was basically a professional team. The Soviet Union was stacked. They had won every gold medal since 1960. I think I heard yesterday they hadn't lost a game since 68 or 64, maybe. Like, they didn't even lose a game in the Olympics. They were that good. And they played our college boys a week before the Olympics started in Madison Square Garden and beat them 10-3.
That was horrible.
Just throttled them. So it looked like it was going to be a repeat of that. So they played this game on tape delay. Luckily, back then there was no internet, no social media, no spoilers. So it wasn't, if you wanted to avoid what happened, just don't turn on the radio.
Yeah.
So I watched it on live tape delay, and it was amazing because our kids beat the big bad Russians. And it's funny, if you watch the video with Trump, the whole video with the team here, he runs down the scoring, and he says the first goal was scored by, I think it was Buzz Schneider, on a 50-foot slap shot. And Trump goes, 50-foot slap shot? That's a hard slap shot. Like, he goes, how many guys score from 50 feet? And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. So, like, that set the tone.
Yeah.
And they had the best goalie in the world, and he got benched in that game. And anyway, so I just want to play this quick, minute video of Trump honoring the team yesterday. He gave them congressional gold medals of honor.
Well, this is very exciting. This was one of the greatest moments in the history of U.S. sports. I wouldn't.
Can you hear it?
I can.
Maybe for
you can't.
For other countries,
no, I
weren't so thrilled, but for U.S. sports, and we have a very exciting team of champions standing behind me. Mr. Attorney, could you read what we're doing right now and
yes,
get it done?
This is H.R. 452, the Miracle on Ice bill. The United States Congress has authorized 3 medals to be struck commemorating the historic victory of the United States men's hockey team in 1980 at the Lake Placid Olympics, where they obviously defeated the Russians or the Soviet Union, in the famous Miracle on Ice hockey game. This will serve as a fitting commemoration of that incredible achievement and will hopefully be a lasting memorial of that achievement going forward.
This was an amazing event. Pretty big. I don't know. There were some other upsets in the world. I haven't noticed them getting any of these, right? I think they're the only ones. That's great. We don't use auto pens here. It's a great achievement. Okay, wait a minute. There you go, Mike. Take that.
Thank you, sir.
So I just remember when that game was going on, Edson, and they were chanting USA, USA, USA. It just brought the country together. And the team gave Trump the hat.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hat they wore around Lake Placid in 1980. So it was a great time as a kid. It was a great time. It reinvigorated American spirit and brought everybody together. And Trump kind of said, we need something like that to happen again. We do. We need it to bring everyone together. So, it was national pride.
We definitely do.
Yeah. So good for him for honoring them. It's sad because there are only like 12 or 13 of them there out of the 22. Because many have passed, but that's what happens. And I can't believe it's been 45 years. So, and I remember when the movie Miracle came out, I texted my brother. I said, you want to go see that together? And he goes, no, I need to go see it alone because I'm going to be crying like a baby.
Oh, my God. That's like a perfect reply.
Yeah. And I'm glad I went alone to see it, too, because that's exactly what happened. I transported back to being an 11-year-old kid on my knees in front of the TV with my stepdad, like just in stunned disbelief that they actually did that. And don't forget, that was not the gold medal game. They had to play one more after that. They had to beat Finland for that final, for the gold medal, and they could have easily laid an egg after winning.
That's true.
Such a huge game, and that's the game with Al Michaels' classic. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Al Michaels, still at 80 years old, still going strong too. Hasn't missed a beat. So the media hates Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot going on in the world of sports. Do what we can to cover it, from what we think, like anybody cares. That's all I got. What about you?
Yep. Now we start the last leg of the
should we
season, and where things just really go crazy. Like the craziness gets like the next level up because you got all the tiebreakers going on at the same time. You're like, well, but if this guy wins this guy, this team wins this team, and it's like, oh no, that happened. I was like,
yeah, actually,
unexpected things happen at this point when you're not even paying attention.
Quick. Yeah. So here's the playoff picture. What an ugly logo. I'm sorry. Oh wait, where is it?
I don't see any.
That would help. There we go. Yeah. Broncos have the number 1 seed. Patriots, Jags are the number 3.
Wow, it's just
Steelers, Chargers, Bills, Texans on the bubble. Colts,
Ravens and Chiefs outside. Who would have thought at this point in the season?
I know. And who would have thought the Jets, Browns, Raiders, and Titans would be eliminated?
Well, that is not shocking, but yeah.
And on the NFC side, Rams, Packers, Eagles.
This is what I mean by craziness. Last week, the Bears had the number 1 seed. Look where they are now.
Yeah. 1 loss. Well, and that's what happened here with the 4 seed. The Steelers were outside and the Ravens were 4.
Yeah, and that flipped over.
Right. This is where it gets crazy. You're right. And then when we get to the last 2 weeks, last week, you need all these this team has to win against that team and they'll lose. And this,
the Panthers, seeing the Panthers there is just like, okay, wow.
Panthers in there, Seahawks, Niners, Bears, and the Niners are 9-4 and they're stuck in the 6th seed. Same with the Bears are 9-4 and they're in the 7.
Yeah, and the Lions out. That's crazy.
Lions out.
It's crazy to see Lions out.
I know. Well, it's crazy to say that. For 30 years, it was easy to say Lions.
I know. I'm at given the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And every beginning of the season, I always think of this: how impossible it is. There's at least for the last 6 or 7 years, there's been like a turnover where at least half the teams from the previous season don't make the playoffs, but it's so hard to fathom which they are. But so now when you get to this part of the season, it's so easy to think that.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And somehow the Vikings are still hanging on.
That's crazy too. There's no way
they're out.
I know they're mathematically there, but
yeah, they're pretty much
out. The Bengals are still there.
They have a 1% chance of getting in. Bengals have a 5% chance. Dolphins have a 1%.
I can't believe the Dolphins are still I did not fathom them at 1-5 or whatever they were, 1-6 to still be in the hunt at this point.
Look, if they run the table, they're 10-7.
I know.
It's the NFL, man, and you talk about parity. This is the parity they wanted. So you've got a handful of teams that are out, but all these other teams have a fighting chance. So, and the only team that looks like, honestly, that can run away and hide are the Rams. To me,
yeah.
To me, the Rams are the one that I think can win like the team that's going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Denver, the Patriots, the Packers. I don't have them. I don't believe in them as much as the Rams seems like shoo-in to me. So, the way they look right now.
Yeah, I think any other team can lose to any other team.
Yeah,
other than the Rams. Yeah,
exactly. So, and like Glenzer brought up, if the Packers end up with the number 1 seed and they get people out in Lambeau, that changes the whole dynamic. You got these teams that got to go out into 12 degrees.
Yeah,
the wind chill of -4.
Yeah,
possibly precipitation. That's a game changer versus SoFi, which is indoors. So this is the fun time. That's why we changed the format of the show, because who cares about recapping last week? We got stuff to talk about coming up. So
yeah, that's good.
Anyway, let us know if the format changes better in the comments or what have you. That's it for me. That's it for Edson.
That's it for me.
Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if I can, where is it? Here it is. I'm going to bring this up and we're going to go bye-bye. Till next week. Thanks, everyone.
No, yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over. Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.